Hey, this is Mr. Be Active, and I'm here with you today for a special workout. This is for all the moms and dads out there. Now, I know that you probably have pretty busy schedules. A big part of that is taking care of your kids or your kid. Now, I'm a new father myself. My daughter Naima is here on the floor playing with one of her toys. And I got to tell you that once she came around, life definitely got a lot busier. And making time for movement, not necessarily working out, but even just very intentional movement has been hard sometimes. And so I want to make sure that I am modeling moving and being active and playing a lot with her. But I also want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself by moving. So I'm going to show you a couple of exercises, if Naima will let me, that you can do to keep yourself moving and also to keep your kid busy. You ready for this? Okay. So I've got a basic workout here that we're going to do together, and it has kind of the basic movements. We've got our pushes, our pulls, our knee dominant, our hip dominant, and our core exercises in here. So we're going to start by the basic squat. And you know what? I want to go over some important rules before I go into the first exercise. Firstly, if you are moving with a baby, we need to be mindful that we have got a baby in our arms. Now, Naima is 6 months old, so her neck is super strong. She's a really strong baby. But don't start doing any of this stuff until your baby's got a nice strong neck, can sit up confidently by his or herself, just to make sure that your baby's strong enough. We're not going to move very quickly, but just to make sure we're taking care of our little baby. The second thing is we do not shake babies, so I'm not going to be doing Russian twists with Naima, although there are other core exercises we can do. So the first one is going to be that squat. So I'm going to hold Naima here nice and comfortably. This is the first basic front hold movement. The other option for you hardcores is the Zercher hold. So holding her like this in those arms, or you can just call it cradle hold, which Naima doesn't really like because she doesn't think of herself as a baby anymore. But find something comfortable for you, comfortable for your baby. That first exercise is the squat. So let's make sure to get our feet hip width to shoulder width apart. Toes can be turned slightly out if that makes it a little bit easier. We're going to bend at our knees and stick our butt back as we squat. So first exercise is the baby squat. So get that butt back. Keep your back straight. Get as low as you can, keeping that good form, making sure your heels are on the ground, and then drive up. This is going to be nice and controlled, making sure that I'm not doing anything too crazy for Naima here or for your kid here. So that's the squat. Do 15 of those, or maybe if you want to do it for time, do it for 30 seconds, and then move on to the second exercise. Okay, so our second exercise is going to be a lying press. So I'm going to lie down right here. I like this one because it gives me face time with Naima. So I'm going to lie on my back. I'm going to work on those pushing muscles. I'm going to lie back. I'm going to hold her up here, which she loves being up in the air. Can keep my feet flat if I want. Glue my low back to the floor. And now I'm going to bring her in, give her a little kiss. Mwah, and push her up. And so as your child gets bigger, you're just going to get stronger as they get bigger. And hopefully your kid loves it as much as mine. Naima just loves going up in the air. And I can do these for 15 reps, or again, maybe I'll do it for 30 seconds before I move to the next one. And every once in a while, make sure you give your little boo a kiss. So I give her a kiss. Mwah. And I move to the next one. So our next exercise is going to be hinges. So that's going to be a hip dominant exercise. So here I might keep Naima in nice and close, chest to chest. But you can see she's pushing me away. So I'm going to flip the script on her. I'm going to turn her around, keep her in nice and close. Now I'm going to do a hinge. So I'm going to make sure that, again, this is a movement I'm confident in. I'm going to keep her in close. Feet are about hip width apart. Toes are forward. My knees are soft. I'm going to keep my back straight and shoot my hips back. As I push my butt back to that wall, my chest is coming towards the ground. So Naima and me are both looking at the ground. Squeeze my glutes to come back up. Or I could go to this position, hold her kind of in that football hold. Hips go back, shoot my hips forward, and there I go. Again, I'm going to be very mindful that the speed that I do this is appropriate for the little one that I'm holding. So we did our squats, we did our lying presses. These are our hinges. Next we're going to do the bent over row. So, bent over row. I'm going to bring Naima right here. I'm going to step forward into a forward stance. So my front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Again, this is one of the reasons why with Naima, she's super strong in her neck, in her head. She's fine for me to do this row. So I'm going to bring her down and then pull her in. Kiss to the head. Back is straight. Row her in. Give her a kiss. Hey Naima, do you want to look at me when you do this? Just going to look at your feet. In. Here. In. Here. In. Listen, as many opportunities as we get to kiss our kid, the better. Okay? So that is my bent over row. Now, if you'd like, you can do that bent over row this way, and then she can kind of look at the world down there. Maybe you have, now I'm not one of these folks, not yet at least. Maybe you have an iPad on the ground and she's watching some cartoon while you do these bent over rows. Keep that back straight, pull those elbows in. Okay, so we did our squats, which was our knee dominant. We did our lying press for our push. We did our hip dominant, and we did our pull. Last one we need to do for these first set of exercises is our core exercise. And so I'm going to put Naima on the ground. I'm going to hold push-up hold position above her, or I'm going to hold my plank hold here on my forearms. I'm going to move her little extra saucer here. Keep my legs straight, back straight, squeeze my glutes, lock my knees, hold this plank. Maybe I'm going to sing the ABCs 3 times to help her get smarter, or I'm going to have a timer, 30 seconds. Can you give her a couple kisses? And really hold this position. Try to stay straight, okay? And then bring yourself back up. So those are the first 5 exercises. Now, at this point, if you want, you can take a minute break or keep going. I've got 5 more exercises following those basic movements. So the next one we're going to do is a split lunge with the baby jumps. So I'm going to pick Naima up, and I'm going to get into that split lunge position. So, split lunge, our feet start hip width apart, take 1 foot back on the ball of the foot, and now I'm dropping down, coming back up. You don't have to touch your knee to the ground if you don't want. As low as you can without any discomfort. I've got 2 right angles that I'm building, and come up. Now the other option is, let her come down, she jumps up, down, jump up. Down, jump up. Do that for 30 seconds or 15 reps on one side, and then set up the other side. Maybe this time you're going to look at her or him, whoever you've got. Down, jump up. Down, jump up. Do as best you can to keep your back straight while you do that. All right, so that is our knee dominant. We're going to move to our push exercise. So I'm going to go back down to the ground. Lay Naima down. Maybe entertain her. Give her her little giraffe. I forget the name of this giraffe. Everybody's got one. You've got one at home. Her little giraffe. And I'm going to do some push-ups. So, straight body, lock my knees, squeeze my glutes. Come down. Kiss her. Come up. Keep those elbows in. Kiss. Come up. Nuzzle the side of her head. Come up. I want to keep my body straight the whole time. Now, for some of us, push-ups on the floor are really, really, really tough. Okay? So maybe instead of doing it on the floor, you're going to do push-ups on the couch. Have the couch in front of you and have your little boy or girl right in front of you watching while you do those push-ups. If they start moving, you can bring your feet back up, readjust, do those push-ups again. So there you've got your push. The next one we're going to do are bridges. We're going to do that hip dominant exercise. So I'm going to do bridges with Naima. I'm going to get Naima to actually sit on my hips right here while she chews on her little toy. Okay? Feet are close to our butt. They're still hip width apart. Flat, feet are flat, but I'm going to drive through my heels. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, prop her up high. She's smiling at me. Lower her down. Pop her up. Give a big smile. Give a good squeeze in my glutes. And then lower her down. Again, 15 reps, 30 seconds. Whatever works for you, okay? That's our hip dominant. We've got 2 more exercises. We have got our pull, and then we have got our core exercise. So our next pull is going to be curls. Couple options for you. The first one, you can do this kneeling or half kneeling or standing. Now, you want to make sure that you're confident, having a good grip. I've got her around her leg, and around her ribs and behind her head. So it's nice and strong, this hold. And I'm going to do bicep curls. Keep her in front of me. Curl in, mwah, down. Curl in, down. Keeping my back straight. Now, okay, fair enough for some of us. That's not going to be a movement we're super confident in. So the other option is here, okay? I'm going to turn Naima, belly to the ground, knees bent, arms straight, curl in, kiss one side of the head. Curl in, kiss other side of the head. Big curl, big kiss. As your kid gets a bit bigger, this exercise is not going to be feasible because putting your hands around their ribs or around their sides is not going to work. So if you don't feel comfortable with this, go back to doing the row or do the curls here. Or you can even just hold them in front here in that kind of isometric contraction. That means there's no shortening or lengthening, but you're working really hard to hold this position. Okay? The last exercise we're going to do is going to be a core exercise. All right? So I'm going to lie down here with Naima. We're going to chill. Let's see if she does. I'm going to bend my knees. And now all I'm going to do is extend one out slowly, bring it up and in. Extend the other one out slowly, bring it up and in. Now, as you extend that leg, you're going to feel your lower back's going to want to curve. Fight it. Keep it nice and solid. Engage those abdominals as you push that leg out. To make it harder, you could push both legs out, but that's getting a little crazy. Stick with one leg out at a time. Now, a variation of this could even be leg raises, or you can do that bent knee. Now, Naima's already getting sick of this position, so you're not going to do it for too long. Maybe 30 seconds, maybe 15 reps, and that's it. So you can either do that workout as 2 separate groupings of 5 exercises, take a minute break, and then go to the second one. Or you can do that as 10 exercises straight, take a minute or 2 off, and then do it again. This isn't about doing a crazy intense workout, but it is about moving and allowing ourselves to keep our bodies doing what they're meant to do, which is move. And the great thing is we're modeling movement for our little kids, which is awesome.